What's happening? I'm FIELDY from Korn, and it's a little video we're putting together. Just wanted to give you a little, little history of Korn. We started out in the early, I'd say about 90. Me, Monkey, and David were in a band called LAPD, and we had a different singer. And things didn't work out, so we got Korn together. We found Jonathan, and when we found Jonathan, we just knew this was going to be it. 92, I think we put the first Korn album out. Back in the early days, I was playing guitar, but man, after a friend of mine showed me, like the very beginning, early days, I'm talking like, man, I don't even remember the year, I was young. Well, anyway, it was Flea from the Chili Peppers, and when I heard that, I was like, man, I want to do that. And then he had some raw footage of some videos of the Chili Peppers back in the day, and I saw Flea playing, and he was slamming on his bass so hard. I was like, I want to do that. Because I've always wanted to be, I like banging on things, like, I don't know. So that really inspired me to start playing bass. But I was into more heavy music, so I was like, but why can't I take that and play it on heavy music and just make the notes more like, heavier? And so, and then I stumbled across Billy from Faith No More, and he was kind of doing that kind of thing, and it inspired me to mix the two together. And later on, here comes Les Claypool. And after I heard those like three bass players, and on top of my heavy music I'm listening to at the time, like Metallica to Sepultura to, Pantera to all that, I was like, I wanted to combine all this together into one. And that's what I did, and that's who I am now. When we were trying to start out in the very beginning, we had a blend of, we used to call our music like thrash funk, because we had some songs that were kind of funky and like heavy at the same time. Heavy music back in the early day was called thrash. So when Jonathan first got with us, he's like, I really like the heavy music, but I don't like the funk, And we knew we needed to go one way or the other, so we're like, well, let's just make it one direction. Let's just take it all that way. So we got rid of all the funk and just kept it just heavy, And I wanted the 5-string bass because I just wanted a low string. But like, let's start writing songs on the low string. But we knew if we jumped back up to the E, we didn't like the way it sounded when singers sang high. We liked the low, grungy, low voice, and we're like, man, we don't want John to sing all high. So we just tuned our guitars down so he didn't have a choice. Even if he wanted to sing high, he couldn't, because our strings are like ready to fall off the frets. So it was kind of a trick to like, oh, we'll sound heavier. The vocals won't be all high because, we wanted like that low, heavy, grungy type, not grunge like, Nirvana grunge. I'm talking like just the grunge of the voice, and it worked, man. And that's how that really came about. And it was easier because even at the time, John's like, I'm not a high singer. We're like, yes, good. And we don't want a high singer, We were trying, don't get me wrong, I like some of that. I like Queensryche, but, for the band that we were creating, we were trying to stay everything low and heavy. And it molded us into what Korn became, was this heavy groove band. So I guess we had the foundation of the funk, but it turned into a groove. And, we weren't into the fast drum beats and the type of things like that. So it was just like more like a solid, heavy groove. And I guess that's what we are. It's like, there's like a lot of, I think there's a lot of soul to Korn. There's a lot of hip hop to it that I don't know. It's not hip hop though, but the soul underneath of it, like the bass lines and the drums are real soulful. So maybe that's why people might say that, or some people don't. I don't know, but I know it's real heavy. I get into this whole story, but I'm actually putting a book out called Got the Life. You can pre-order it on Amazon.com, and you can check out the whole. It's like an autobiography type, inspirational, book with pictures of me in there from childhood all the way up to, when I had big hair in the 80s to like crazy just stages of my life. And you got to check this book out. Your jaw is gonna hit the ground when you check it out. It's gonna be it's a crazy book. So it'd be everything you want to know about Korn. You know what? And I just finished. I'd like to tell you guys I just finished producing a project called Stillwell. That's STILLWELL. That way you guys can .com it. And the artist name is Q. And I played bass on it, and I played guitar on it. I've been practicing guitar a lot. I started out on guitar, for people that don't know. And I really started practicing, and I was playing guitar for like 5-6 hours a day working on this project. We got about 14 songs finished. Should be coming out real soon, probably later in 2008, coming up. Take a look out for it. It's real heavy and different. We're calling it street metal. We actually copyrighted the name, trying to, take over a new sound out here.
This is street metal. Right.
Copy a big check to invade my privacy. Put me on the TV, displaying demons inside of me.
And, people that don't know, I'm always like rocking this gear right here, tribal. Well, the owner is one of my good friends. I hang out all the time with him. We go to dinner, we just hang out all the time. And we actually collaborated, and I put a shoe out. It's a FIELDY shoe. You can get, tribalstreetwear.com. And I'm actually putting a FIELDY 2 shoe out. So I got 2 different versions of this shoe. It's real cool if you guys want to check that out. And as we speak right now, I'll probably be going home, jumping in my studio tomorrow. I'm working on a solo bass album. It's like jazz, fusion, funk, instrumental. Real, different. There's no vocals on it. Take a look out for that. That should be out probably the end of this year, too. This is my 10-year anniversary bass, K5. I've never played it. Actually, today's the first day. I like K5 basses. You can order them. And because they have active pickups, there's a battery in the back, so it gives that real hot sound, that click sound, And the strings, I like Dean Markley strings because they're bright and they stay bright for a long time. I don't use a whole lot of effects. I do like the hyper fuzz pedal right here. It's different than all the other distortion pedals. It has this warm, just different sound to it. And I use the bass synthesizer pedal too. It's a real cool pedal. You can get weird sounds out of it. Those are my 2 main pedals that I use. And I really like my heads I've been using forever, the Mesa Boogie 2000s. I mean, I like a lot of EQ and a lot of knobs. And if you look at my heads, it looks kind of scary. It looks like, I don't know, you're not gonna know what you're gonna do, but you can figure it out. I use 810s. Gotta have the horn in the middle. It's like the knob in the back, you can turn the horn, on and off. It gives you that click sound too. That's the gear I like. right, now you know a little bit about me and Korn. If you need any other information and you need to, just go to korn.com and you'll figure it out from there. Let's get into some lessons. So this song, Freak on a Leash, was it was on Follow the Leader, and ended up becoming like one of our favorite songs when we were working on it. It was real different for us to start out with. It started out with just me jamming a little bass line. I was just messing around, and they started making weird guitar sounds to it, and then David went into like a drum beat, and we started grooving on it, and started coming into this song that I remember just jamming on the verses for a long time because it was so fun to do something so different and not just heavy and like heavy riffs. And that's how the song came about. It ended up being one of our Korn classics. Here it is right here. So what Korn does is we tune down to A. So the top string is A. And everything is just like regular tuning. Nothing weird, just tune it to your tuner, every string. Starts out with a verses, kind of a pull. And it's people think it's like full step, but it's not, it's half. Everything is like here, here, it's a little walk. And then you go here. So it's just half step. That's pretty basic, easy, pretty simple. They go. Most people might think it goes, but it's half. It's like a little darker than normal. Then half up, and then it goes. Go ahead and do that over and over, and you got the verses down, son. When we go to the next transition, it's same note, but instead of staying here where your hands down, this is the same note. So I just open up to it so it's more. So when you hit that pre-chorus, it's opened up. So it'd be one, here's a verse. See, it's the same note, but it opens up. That's the same too. It's all octaves. I guess when you're using octaves, like it's more when I'm on my fingers, if you're holding the note down, it's more like warm. But if you hit the same octave right below it, it's louder and like it lifts the next part. Because there's no finger holding it down, but when your finger's holding it down, you can get more like a verse sound out of it. So I think that's why I choose to hit the next open octave. And then it goes into the pre-chorus. You come here. It's kind of just a little walk down. And then open up again and hit the third octave. So it's just a little more of a lift again. And so it builds apart. So that's all it is for a little, building technique for bass. And then you slide up to the 13th fret. That's all I do. It's a little like, I ripped this off from Billy from Faith No More. He does it a lot. It's just a bend where you start out on the note and you kind of just bend it. It's just kind of like a feel thing. It's not really like in key, but it's I don't know, there's a space in there where I can throw it's almost like an out of key note I can get away with. So it's like bending everything out of key right before the main note comes back in. That's all it is. It's like a open space to do something like that. I thought it'd sound cool when, like, you're driving in your car and you could feel it, like in your speakers going, boom. I don't know. I always get ideas like that. Because this is a 5-string too, is like when I'm on the pre-chorus, normally it would have just been like. But since it's 5, I like to come down here, and so it goes. There you go. It gives you those low notes up there so they rumble like in the car. I always think about the car when I write my bass parts. I wanted to rumble the speaker, so. It's just a low string for your car. See, if I didn't have it, it would be like this. That's all I'd have, but I got that extra little toy up there. It's good to have. Everybody should have a 5-string. Everybody should have a K5 string. That's what I would do if I were you. And then it goes into the chorus, which is percussion style bass playing, like, kind of like a drummer on bass, where it's like a strum down and then a hit. And then a slide. So it's like, so it goes, wait. This hand's more like just a mute, like a muting. It doesn't really play any notes. It just lets it open up when it hits a. I mean, you kind of mute right here. That's all it is. That's what the bass is doing. Sometimes people think, I've even heard one time Les Claypool, I was sitting down with him and he's like, I can't believe the double bass that's going on that your drummer's doing. I go, he's not. I go, that's me. And Les Claypool didn't even know. It's funny because, I'm like the middle of Freak on a Leash going. He thought the kicks were going. I was like, no, that's a bass. Hey, you listen to the drums, it's like a like 1, 2, it goes. And it goes into the middle section of the song, which is all muting and percussion style bass, where it starts out with the little, you might catch this. Ooh, right there, nails. Or something like that. All right, and then it comes into like the same idea, the strum. So this hand, and it's kind of muted, but you get them more open when you. And this hand, for a beginner, you could stay. I just do it because it looks cooler. It's not really doing anything, actually. So you beginners out there, you could even go like this. If you want. But I look like I'm, doing more than I'm really doing when I'm going. You could throw these in. Or you could throw like this in right here. Whatever you want. Get crazy with it. You could throw this in. All kinds of ideas. And then you throw a slide in. And then it picks up to the more back and forth. That 1, 2. So it's. And then it kind of picks up to, so. So it's, then it goes, go. Next part, just opened up, all half steps, 2nd fret. But for you beginners, which I'll do a lot live, you can go like this with one finger. But then if you're a beginner and you want to look a little bit cooler, you can act like your pinky's on there, but it doesn't even really do anything. You go. So people think you look cooler than you're really playing because you don't want to look like this. And then you get advanced, you don't even need to do this, but it just looks cooler. So you choose. You can start out one finger, and you can start getting crazy and add the pinky where the octave goes, but you're not even really using it, but you look cool. Then once you do that, you can start doing a little walk. And then the chorus goes out. Right? And then the end of the song, there's a little weird effect. So it goes. It's this bass synthesizer I kick on. It kind of makes this. And what I do is I hit a harmonic right here on the 12th fret. It's on the end of Freak on a Leash, you can hear it. Kind of mess with it. It's just a tap. What happens is when you tap, they're called harmonics for people out there that don't know. Almost when you're tuning your guitar. It's like a little tap on top of the string. So when you hit the tap, it gives you a... You can tap it like this too. That's it. That's the whole song. Pretty simple. Basic. Now I've showed you all the parts. Keep practicing and get it good enough you'll be able to play along. I'm going to play it all the way through for you. Here it is. So this song, the verse, and then the transition goes to an open string, which that's a pre-chorus. So then from the pre-chorus, it ends on the third octave up. And then right before it hits, every time if you listen to the CD, I kind of slide up anywhere, and then it goes to a low string. That's the chorus, and then it drops down to this, we like to call it the middle section, where John's almost doing like a beatbox type thing, and then I throw a little like scratch thing I always do. It's my kind of thing where it's my fingernail, just a little like, scratch on the string. And then it starts into the percussion style bass playing where it's like a strum down and a hit on the thumb, but everything's kind of muted up here. So it goes. Right after when John says go, and it goes into the next part, it's just simple 2nd fret, and it's half steps all the way up. Then the other way. And then the chorus goes out, same thing. And then the very end of the song is just a bass synthesized pedal where you just hit it and tap right here. That's it, man. So I'm back. I was rocking out so hard, I had to take a break and get some grub, and I came back and Duff jumped in the room, and I was like, "What's going on?" I guess he was here and he had to do some bass, and I'm like, "Go ahead, let him finish. I need a break anyways." And he rocked out, and I was like, "Let me use your set," because I thought it was dope, like this whole setting. And he's like, "Go for it." So here I am, and I'm rested up and ready to give you the lesson now to Got the Life. This song is a song that we did. It's off of Follow the Leader. It ended up being a song that I think Korn only liked, and everyone else we were afraid to play it for because it just sounded so different. There was like this disco drum beat to it, and we're like, man, I don't know if anyone's gonna like this. And then our friends came in and heard the song, they started digging it. Our managers came in, they were like flipping out on it, and it ended up being where we just got feedback from everyone and we just rolled with it, and it ended up being one of the biggest singles that Korn has ever released. It hit MTV #1 TRL for so many weeks that they had to actually make up it's called retirement, MTV retirement plan or something, and they have to kick you off of TRL. So we got kicked off. We're the ones that made that rule up. And I'm gonna give you a little lesson on this song. It starts out with the chorus right off the top, and the bass is real simple. It's just a slap and a pull on the octave. So the octave, I play it up here, but there's another octave here, if it's easier for you. But I like it here, it sounds cleaner, so it goes. So what it is you go the octave open, 5th fret, 7, 4, and that's the chorus. Five, 7, 4. 5, 7, 4. So that's the chorus to that, and it jumps down to the verse, which is a faster slap percussion style thing that I do. That it's I'll play it real slow for you. It's let me try to explain this. It's like a strum with the back of your nails and a hit. Something you just got to practice and you'll get good at it. But it's a pull off right here. I guess that's what I call it, a pull off. So you're just hitting it with one hit and then pulling off. So there's a strum involved that's like the back of your nails. And when you're strumming like that, you're resting your hands real light up here. So you're deadening the strings, because if you press too hard, you're gonna get all that noise. You just want it to click. So it's a pull off and a hit. I'm gonna try to play it slow for you. So it's it's kind of hard to explain. You're gonna have to watch the hands. This part is easy. It's just a pull off. You might want to just sit here and just hold these real light and just practice doing this. And once you can get that down where you're comfortable, then you can start hitting your thumb down. And just practice like that. And when you're comfortable and your hands coordinated, then you can you'll be able to go play it. might look easy, but it's hard. One of you guys want to try? I don't see what I'm saying? So just keep practicing, you know, slapping and it's not even really slapping. It's like strumming and just practice that. And it's all mute, so don't hold these hard because it's gonna be like, you wanna just rest your hand over it. You have to watch it real slow. I'll try to go even slower. And when you get this, all I'm doing is I'm resting real light over the strings. Because if you press too hard, you're gonna get notes. So just rest your hands like real soft, deadening your strings. You know, you practice and you can speed it up. It'll be like this. And that's all it is. It's this real percussion style, this drumming on the bass. That's all that is, and then it goes into but right back into the chorus. It's the same exact chorus where it's the octave. 5, 7, 4. 5, 7, 4. So it goes pretty much back and forth to your verse, to your chorus, to your verse, to your chorus. And then it jumps up to, we call the bridge, which I use this hyper fuzz pedal. I found, they don't even sell them anymore. I actually bought them. I bought them on eBay. They had, I forget, like 7 of them for sale or something. I bought all of them. So I don't think you guys can get them unless you get a hold of me. So you kick it on right here on the 7th fret, and here's the bridge. Seven, 5, it goes to the top string, 6, 4, open. 7, 5, 6, 4, open. That's the whole thing. 7, 5, 6, 4, open. 5, 6, 4, open. So over and over. And then when John comes in, halfway through, I do it's a stop and an and. And then I kick the pedal off. It goes right back into the verse. So this song's like real basic verse, chorus, and you got this bridge. And then it goes to the chorus out. Same thing, same bass line. This will be a real easy song. It sounds hard to learn, but it'll be easy because it's just the same thing all the way through. And the last chorus, it goes halfway through the last chorus, it kicks back into the same thing, this hyper fuzz pedal. And that's the whole song. Verse, chorus, hyper fuzz. There's 3 parts to the whole song. You just got to practice them and get the slapping part's probably the hardest part to get down. Good luck. All right, now you got your lesson. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna play it all the way through for you. So check it out. This song, Got the Life, starts out with a snare hit and right into the chorus, and the bass line is just an octave, open string and octave. Or you can go here, octave, if it's easier for you. But it just goes. So that's just the chorus. Jumps into the verse, which is a slap style. Right after the verse, it's going to go right back into a chorus. It's the same exact chorus. And then it goes, after that, it's going to go into what we call a bridge. And I kick on this hyper fuzz pedal. Seven, 5. It goes to the top string, 6, 4, open. 7, 5, 6, 4, open. That's the whole thing. And then when John comes in halfway through, it does a little op thing, so it goes. So you're just stopping the strings with your hand. And then after that, it goes right into the verse bass line again, where it's pull. And then after that, it goes right into the chorus out. And then halfway through, it goes, the last part of the chorus, it kicks back into this. Same as I showed you earlier. And that's it, that's the end of the song. There's 3 parts in the whole song. You got your verse, chorus, your bridge, chorus out into this little hyper fuzz ending. And good luck to you. You're gonna need it.
I'ma get mine, so get yours. I wanna see sweat coming from your pores. Feel it, feel it. Feel the vibration.
Oh, Korn rocks, dude!
Save your life. Look at that right here. Look.
Korn fan for life right here. Check that shit out. Oh yeah.
Wow. That's dedicated right there.
24. This is my 24th show.
24th show?
24th show.
24th show. How cool am I? Better than Chuck Norris? Better than Chuck Norris? Like Bruce Lee or something? Yeah.
Hello, Amiens from Bassistaya, Emmanuel 123, from Paris to LA.
Pour rendre ici, on peut faire une certaine version de FIELDY.
Alors là, c'est la photo où en fait, tu es en train de mettre tes doigts comme ça, et il faut que je te fasse voir la photo où tu es en train de sauter, elle est encore mieux. C'est celle que tu préfères, je crois.
Oui, encore, c'est comme aquí, o sea, porque aquí c'est FIELDY.
Ok, vamos a hacer un tema. Yo tengo que oír la guitarra tuyo. So, vamos a la 4, ¿ok?
Ahora cuando estemos agregando como te voy a enseñar, cuando nos
Ok, está bien. Vamos, a la 4.
vamos al casino, donde cambias el escape, es hora que sobre el arroz con pollo.
Like to buy some chicken manual shirt? No. Yeah.
Nah, man, I got my shirt.
What are you drinking? Emmanuel 123. Can I have some?
I gotta go in this hearse if I die. I signed it.
That one feels good. No, it feels good that you're pulling it because it's been itching.